Hello, welcome to section 7.4, where we're solving rational equations now, and this will be the last section of this chapter. So basically, a rational equation is two rational expressions that are separated by an equal sign. Get it? Equals, equal sign, equation. Okay, so that's the similarity here. And then rational expressions have no equal sign. See, notice there's nothing. Okay, so then let's also talk about what is an extraneous solution. So when we're solving a rational expression, we need to know what would make a rational equation. We need to say, okay, what are the values that would make this equation undefined, or an expression in the equation undefined, thus the whole entire equation being undefined. Here, for instance, x cannot be 0, right? Because if x is 0, 1 divided by 0 is, So what would I need to do here? If I want to solve this, I'm going to multiply everything by the LCD. I'm going to multiply by 6x. So then that's going to give me 6x times, I'm just going to write it all out. I'm not going to write it all out every single time, but just this first time so that you can see that you're supposed to multiply every single term in the equation. Okay, so the x's cancel, you get 6. 3 goes into 6 twice, so then plus 2x, then equals, and then the 6's cancel, and you get 5x. So then you just solve for x. 6 is equal to 3x divided by 3, and x is equal to 2. And that's that. So basically, we note any value. So how to solve these equations, we note anything that would make any denominator 0. Those are like not, those are the restrictions. Find the LCD of all the denominators, multiply both sides of the equation by that LCD. That will clear the fractions, and then solve. Okay, so in this case here, let's do this example here. So y cannot be 0 again. In this case, what's the LCD? The LCD for all of this would be y squared. Because that's the lowest that everything divides into. So I'm going to distribute this y squared to every single term. So it's going to be y squared minus, and then 5y, because one of the y's is going to cancel out, and then equals negative 6. Okay, and then we're just going to solve for y. So here I'm going to have y squared minus 5y plus 6 is equal to 0. And then what are two factors of positive 6 that combine to become negative 5? Y minus 2, y minus 3. Okay, and then zero product property. So y is equal to 2, and then 3. Sorry, I just jumped the gun here. 2 plus 3 plus 3, y is equal to 3. Okay. So, and it's not restricted, so that's our final answer. Okay, let's do another one. We have 2 over p plus 2 plus 4 over p minus 2 equals p minus 1 over p squared minus 4. So my LCD is actually p plus 2 p minus 2, yeah? So then if I multiply everything by this LCD, okay, so p plus 2 p minus 2, that's the same. P plus 2 and p minus 2 is the same as p squared minus 4. Plus 2 p minus 2. That's like saying 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Okay, so I'm distributing this here. So for the first term, the plus 2's are going to cancel out, and you get 2 times p minus 2. For the second term, the p minus 2 term is going to get canceled out, so you're going to get 4 times p plus 2. And then the last term, the entire thing, so you're just going to get p minus 1. So distribute and combine like terms, and then simplify, and then solve for the variable. 2p minus 4 is equal to 4p plus 8. Plus 4p plus 8 is equal to p minus 1. Combining the terms on the left-hand side, I get 6p plus 4 equals p minus 1. So subtract 4 from both sides and subtract p from both sides. So that will cancel here, and this one will cancel here. 5p is equal to negative 5. Divide by 5, and we get that p is equal to negative 1. And that's it. Okay, let's do another one here. This actually factors into m minus 4, m minus 1. So that's one of the first things we notice. So again, m plus 11 is going to be over m minus 4, m minus 1. So you see our LCD is just that exactly. M minus 4. I'm just rewriting the problem here. And I'm going to multiply everything by the LCD. M minus 4, M minus 1. That's going to apply to here, this side, and this side as well. M minus 4, M minus 1. So on the left-hand side, it all cancels out. We're going to be left with M plus 11, the left-hand side of the equation of the equal sign. On the right-hand side, this first term, the M minus 4 term will cancel out, so you get 5 times M minus 1. Minus, on this term, the M minus 1 term will cancel out, so you'll get 3 times M minus 4. Distribute and combine like terms. M plus 11 is equal to 5M minus 5 minus 3M plus 12, because the negative and the negative make a positive. Combining like terms, M plus 11 is equal to 2M. So negative 5 plus 12 is a positive 7. Okay, so I'm going to subtract M from both sides. 11 is equal to M plus 7, because 2M minus M is M. Minus 7 minus 7, and then you finally get that M is equal to 4. Now, just real quick, we're gonna check the denominators. This cannot be 4 because 4 minus 4 is equal to 0, and we cannot divide by 0. So this is not allowed. So we can't have that as an answer. So the answer is no solution. Okay, it's what we call an extraneous solution. All right, and now we're going to do some, in the chapter, there's some examples where you're solving for a variable. You have a set of variables like this. Let's say we want to solve for t. Well, first thing we have to get it out of the denominator. So d over t is equal to r. Multiply both sides by t. Cancel. D is equal to r times t. And then divide by r, because we're trying to isolate t. So t is equal to d over r, distance, rate, and time. Okay, let's see here, something like this. We're trying to solve for y. Well, we would first multiply it out of the denominator. So multiply both sides by y minus 3. Y minus 3. On the left-hand side, you have m times y minus 3 is equal to x minus 2. So let's distribute this m. So my minus 3m is equal to x minus 2. So then I'm going to add both sides 3m. So these types of problems, you can see it's just like we would normally do, except that instead of certain numbers, there's variables. So we have x plus 3m minus 2, then divide everything by the coefficient of y, which is m. So then y is equal to this. Okay, let's try one more. Solve this for c. Now here's where we use our LCD here. Our LCD is going to be a cm. So let's clear the fractions on both sides. So cm. We're going to distribute this. So on the first, the c's will cancel out and you're going to be left with m. On the second, the m's will cancel out and you'll be left with c. And then on the right-hand side of the equation, it's just cm. So then we need to combine. So let's move the c's over here. So we get m is equal to cm minus c. We're solving for c, so let's factor out a c here. We're left with m minus 1. So now to get rid of that, just divide everything by m minus 1. So final answer, c is equal to m over m minus 1, and that is it. All right. That's it for 7.4. Here's your super fun homework. Good luck. Happy studying, and I will see you on the next video, or you will hear me. Never mind.